Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting. And there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Yeah, welcome Grenada, Carriacou, PD Mondic, and the rest of the world. It is my pleasure to welcome you back to another Mikey Live program, people. Those of you who are viewing on WPG10, we want to thank you for joining us. Those of you who are on YouTube, we see that you're there. Welcome as well. And of course, the Facebook viewers. Facebook viewers, we want to say thank you for making Mikey Live your home for the latest news happening here in Grenada and the wider Caribbean. Tonight, we want to tell you about what's happening in Grenada. In fact, we have a lot of what's happening right here at home to tell you about tonight. The culinary team, they're back in Grenada, having won bronze in the competition, but we'll tell you more about that. Biker survives crash at Grand Dance today. He lives to tell the tale. Changes announced for the Junior Calypso Monarch. Some of these changes you would want to know about. 3 Carriacou men on drug charges, and 14-member swim team to compete at the CC Can in Barbados, and High Court to rule in the MNIB investigation. Of course, we're going to tell you more about that and more when we return on after the break. But before we even go to the break, we want to again encourage people to share the program. Every time you share the program, it appears on your wall, it goes to your friends, they get to see what's happening here. They get to appreciate the news just like you. So make it your duty every night, at least one thing alone, just one task. Share the program. All right, that's particularly for the viewers on Facebook. So folks, we want to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean, Colombian, Emma's International, and WPG10. Now, when we return, it will be real news in all your lily lolo. So brace all yourself.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
The people say that is the best fete in the carnival. None of them holding secret for me. None of them. The St. Andrews Development Organization, in collaboration with Mr. Elimas Gilbert, say Specky Show 2019 will be a movie. You must wear it. Young man, love the rum more than the woman. From Trinidad and Tobago, the Calypsonian who empower women, singing Sandra.
The way you cock up like a bloody acrobat. The wife at home they can't, she can do that.
From St. Vincent, former Soca Monarch, Calypso, and Road Match King, Posa. And top Grenadian artists. Stay tuned for more info. For vending, call 404-8131. Specky Show, August 4th, St. Andrews Rainbow City Festival weekend. The color is red.
The 3rd Annual Caribbean Comedy Show. Saturday, August 17th at Spice Basket. Stay locked for more.
I ultimate cut glass. You see what I done with it? You want to swear it razor grass. Look, I am a very, very serious man.
The Courts Home event is finally here. Now is the time to get all you need for your home. Create your sweet retreat with our bedroom ranges. Level up the family room with high-definition TVs, entertainment systems, comfy sofas or sectionals. Enjoy more home dining with a new set. Getting into home fitness? We've got that too. And find something shiny and new for your kitchen. All at the Courts Home event, where we have it all.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Alrighty, thank you very much. I just was going to, every time we put the program on, what we usually do is that we will go to Facebook and so on and share the program to people who are viewing. To our pages and so on, so that persons can get the opportunity to view. So just as we are telling you to share the program, Behind the scenes, we do the same thing once the program goes on. And while just doing this, I just realized that one of my schoolmates died. I mean, like, what the hell, you know? I don't know. I'm stunned. I did not know him to be sick or anything like that. In fact, I think he teaches at the Grenada Boys Secondary School. I'm not sure if he was still there, but he was okay today. At least looked okay. And then the next thing you know, he got ill, was rushed to the hospital, and he died. I don't know. Some of you may know him. Sherwin Williams was part of the graduating class of 2001, I believe. Yeah, 2001 of the Happy Hill Secondary School. You know, so I don't understand this. You know what I mean? But no star. You know, down tough jet. You know, it's like, whoa. Today you're here, and tomorrow is another story. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, down tough, dog. Down tough. Yeah, so young guy, you know. And then my phone started blowing up. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. What else do I have to tell you? All right. So sorry for that, and let's get into the news for tonight. Let me just. Too much messages will be coming in, so let me just disconnect. All right, so folks, the next thing that we have to tell you about is that a biker, it was a narrow escape for a biker today in the Grandlands area. He was knocked off his motorcycle, but luckily lived to tell the tale. You know, these days it don't happen like that. You get knocked down, and you know exactly what happened in this incident. We can't really tell you. But what we can say is it's good to know at least that the rider escaped at least without any life-threatening or visible life-threatening injuries. Yes, you don't get that all the time. This happened just around midday today in the Grandlands area. There are other few incidents that occurred over time, well, over the day, during the period of, sorry, I'm really disoriented, over the past few hours. Yeah, but you know, it is becoming like the norm, so it's just to mention and move on. All right, now our national swim team, they have their work cut out for them. Yes, as we have received a correspondence from the organization responsible for the national swim team. Now, the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association say that they are pleased to announce that our national team for the CC Can 2019 Barbados will be the home for the staging of the 2019 Central America and the Caribbean Amateur Swimming Confederation Championships, the CC Can, from June 28th to July 8th, 2019. The competition spans 4 aquatic disciplines. The competition dates are swimming June 28th to July 2nd, 2019, artistic swimming June 24th to the 27th, water polo July 4th to the 8th, and open water July 3rd and 5th, 2019. Now, Grenada will be competing only in the swimming competition from June 28th to July 3rd against over 28 teams from across the Caribbean and Central America. The competition is projected to be a highly competitive championship among the federations that form the CC Can body. The national team will include our seasoned overseas-based swimmers Oriloa Cherubin and Kerry Oliver. Now, the full squad includes Turbo Antoine, Genevieve Benoit, Nika Charles, Oriloa Cherubin, Ariane Clouden, Sarah Dowden, Zachary Gresham, Delroy Felix, Nathan Fletcher, Gabriel Hyson, Parashan Haynes, Kerry Oliver, Mika Oliver, and Eli Zerpa. Now, the 2019 CC Can Championship marks the first appearance for 4 of the 14-member team. They include Sarah Dowden, Nathan Fletcher, Nicholas John, and Eli Zerpa. All right. So they say that it's going to be a really, really competitive event. And so all we can do for now is wish our team best of luck. All are fine. Right. So the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, we are moving on. Now, the Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, has welcomed news that Grenada will benefit from €2 million in grant funding under the Spotlight Initiative, which intended to eliminate violence against women and girls. At a recent meeting with a team of visiting officials, it was announced that Grenada is the only Eastern Caribbean country to receive funding from the Spotlight Project, which is a partnership between the European Union and the United Nations. Of course, we have the entire press release posted on our website for those of you who would like to check it. I thought it was good news, at least just to let you know about it. I don't intend to keep you very long on tonight's program, I can tell you that. All right, Olia, the next thing that we have to tell Olia about, Kawana Bay. You might have been hearing about that. The project is on the way, and of course Grenadians will be hired and so on. Let me show you what it will look like. Let me show you, let me just give you an idea of what it will look like. In fact, today the media had an opportunity to tour the facility. Now, in excess of 200 people have become Grenadians as a result of one of the latest CBI projects. And that's according to officials of the Kimpton Kawana Hotel development. Now, members of the media, they got the opportunity today to tour the facility to get an appreciation of the work that has been done and is being done on the 5-star resort. Now, the Citizen by Investment program, upon its anticipated completion of Phase 1 in 2020, will create 320, they say, direct jobs and a further 880 indirect jobs, which will see a significant boost in the economy. Now, the Kimpton Kawana Bay, with several amenities, will have a room capacity, they say, of 220 keys, comprised of 181 rooms and 39 suites. Now, they are saying that the construction stage of the project is expected to generate direct revenue to a government in excess of 12 million EC dollars. Direct economic activities in excess of 360 million EC dollars. They're saying that, listen, we gonna make our money. How the Prime Minister will say it? Money. You understand? And the place looking nice already. Principal developer of the project, Warren Newfield, he says that the project is primarily funded by the citizen by investment, the citizenship by investment. You understand? Of course, it was a really nice session today with the media and so on. They gave us a really nice one thing, you know what I mean? And so they say that there's a lot more that we can look forward to.
Our program that's making this hotel possible. I'd like to commend the government for their leadership with the CBI program, and without question they've developed Grenada's CBI program into the leading one in the entire Caribbean, which has really been the mechanism that's enabled a tremendous amount of funding. The project is well capitalized, and that's evidenced by the fact that we are one of only 2 projects being approved to sell at the 220 price point. The project is very far along in the construction. We've spent a tremendous amount of money just designing it, working with the brands, bringing this project to fruition. As you'll see in the media kits, the project is being upsized from what it was originally conceived. There were different architectural companies involved. The building below the road, which you saw being poured, which is the main feature hotel, that was designed by Stantec. Stantec is a very, very large hotel architectural company, engineering company, over 20,000 employees globally. The team specifically that should take the credit for that design is based in Orlando, Florida. The hospitality and team that designed that. And they also have an interior division that...
All right, so thank you very much there, sir. By the way, the 5-star resort will open its doors in 2 phases, they say, and once completed, will rank on a resort level between that of Silver Sands and the Spice Isle Beach Resort. All right, Now, two of the local companies they say that is working with them is Kenny's Trucking, and they have also Creative Designs. Now, the developers are working towards opening the resort in December of 2020 for phase 1 and phase 2 1 year later. Only one of the other things that happened today is the return of our culinary team. You know, they come back earlier. They went out there, they were working, they participated. Let me show like a picture and thing, you know, I like to show a picture and thing. Let me show a little thing out with them, you know. So they got a nice little welcome, eh? I got a nice little welcome. I think the Tourism Authority was on board with that too, to give them a warm welcome. Watch mass. You understand? Yeah, man, they say the competitions were tough. Now, it is the first time in more than a decade since Grenada has participated in the competition. They say that they received sponsorship from the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, the Grenada Tourism Authority, and other private sector entities. They were competing against 11 other Caribbean teams in various categories. You understand? They say it was really tough, really tough for them, but they managed, and they were able to place third. You know what I mean? So just before they depart. And so we want to apologize for that break in our transmission, but we are back and running again. We do want to sincerely apologize for that break in our transmission. Of course, we are moving on. Now, we have received a traffic notice from the Royal Grenada Police Force, and it has to do with the fisherman's birthday celebration. Now, the Traffic Department, the Western Division, hereby notifies the general public that in order to facilitate Fisherman's Birthday Celebration 2019, the following temporary traffic arrangements take effect as per dates and times. It starts on Wednesday, 26 June 2019, and Friday, 28 June 2019, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 12 midnight. Saturday, 29 June 2019, between the hours of 12 noon and 12 midnight. Traffic towards St. George. Now, vehicles traveling from Sauters, Victoria towards St. George's on reaching the junction of Upper Deputy Street and Hillsview Road will turn left onto Hillsview Road and right onto Edward Street, then left onto Langton Road, continuing towards Central Guava Estate, right onto Mongo Road, right onto Hobby Bridge, right onto St. Peter's Street and left onto Lower Deptford Street towards St. George's. Now traffic towards Satires. Vehicles traveling from St. George's direction towards Satires will travel along Lower Deptford Street, turn right onto St. Peter's Street, travel along Brothers Public Road, then left onto Middle River, right onto Central Grove Estate, continuing onto Dr. Bell Public Road, and right onto Upper Deptford Street towards Satires. No entry signs will be positioned in the following areas. And that's Upper Deptford Street and Dr. Bell Junction, Central Grove Estate and Langton Road Junction, Harbour Bridge from St. Peter's Street Junction, Middle River and Mongo Road Junction, Edward Street and Boyks Lane Junction, Central Deptford Street close to the Nutmeg Pool and the J&A Souvenir Shop. The junction of Lower Deptford Street, St. Peter's and the Central Deptford Streets. One-way signs will be placed in the following areas. Central Grove Estate Public Road, and that connects to Dr. Bell Public Road, the junction of Edward Street and Langton Road, the junction of Central Grove Estate Road and Mongo Road. Now it's a long list, and we have posted the list on our website for those of you who are interested in that, so at least you have an idea as to what the traffic arrangements will be for the fisherman's birthday celebration. Yes, it is a very, very long list. We don't tell you what's going on with Lawasa, you know what I mean? We like to tell all you what's happening in the community with regards to, your basic things like your water and so, your light and so on. We like to tell you about that. So, according to NAWASA, work has officially started on the Satires High Street line replacement project in St. Patrick, where 4-inch lines will replace the existing aged 3-inch lines, resulting in improvement of the water system network from High Street through to Marley. The contractor, Mr. Arvin Merriman, and his team says they say has been on the ground and doing some work, all right, on close to $600,000 network upgrades that is expected to be completed within 3 months. Now, residents are being assured that although the work will bring some discomfort, NAWASA will make every effort to minimize those as much as possible. NAWASA say that they're working closely with the Royal Grenada Police Force, more specifically the Satires Police Station, to alleviate the traffic inconvenience as much as possible. We are moving on. How are we looking? Now, a 1-week arbitration hearing between the government of Grenada and WRB and GPP, Grenlec's 50% shareholder, took place last week at the ICSID Hearing Center in Washington, D.C. Now, the arbitration concerned WRB and GPP's repurchase demand for their Grenlec shares. Now, Minister for Infrastructural Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation, Gregory Bowen, attended on behalf of the government and was the main witness, together with Mr. Chester Palmer and Mr. John Augustine at the hearing. Now, the team was accompanied by Sir Lawrence Joseph, former Attorney General and consultant to the government of Grenada, valuation experts from the Prince Waterhouse Coopers and the Brattle Group also appeared on behalf of the government. Now, the government was represented in the hearing by Debbie Voice and Plimpton LLP, with support provided by the Grenadian Council, Sion and Associates. No date has been set for the hearing and done of the award, but this is expected to be within months. Now, we also have to tell you about something interesting that's happening here in Grenada. Let's leave that alone. You can check out our website with that if you want more updates on that. All right. Now, in a press conference yesterday, the cultural minister, Senator Nolan Cox, made some pronouncements and some changes that we can expect with regards to competitions. And he spoke of the Junior Calypso Monarch. Now, folks, we have to agree or accept that for years, in the past 5-6 years, the Junior Calypso Monarch seemed to have been on the back burner. Now, it was a key aspect of Carnival in the 90s and the early 2000s and so on. I don't know what happened, but it changed. Now, we see that with the new Minister for Culture, they are trying to revive that and bring the Kiddies Carnival and the Calypso Monarch, the Junior Calypso Monarch, back to its former glory. Now, some of the changes includes there now being a semi-final. Before it was just straight to the final. Now being a semi-final, it was once separated from the Children Carnival Frolic. Now that is being reversed and is going back to its original home. Here's Nolan Cox explaining this.
As you know, for some time in the past, we didn't have any semi-finals for Junior Calypso, so we're bringing back semi-finals for Junior Calypso artists, and that is going to take place in Progress Park, going forward, commencing from 2019. And so on Friday, the 26th, I believe, we're going to have the groovy semis, and then we're going to have soca semis, and then on the Saturday, which is the 27th, we're going to have the Junior Calypso, and then on Sunday we have the Calypso semis. So that weekend will be semi-final events at Progress Park in St. Andrews. We thought it best in dialogue with the stakeholders. They were of the view that we should not have it together with the where it normally held with the before it used to take place, I think, at Carnival City. I'm not sure, but I think it's at Carnival City, and also the finals used to be at Carnival City. So we're also moving the finals back to Children's Frolic on the Friday. So we thought that would be a best thing to do based on discussions. So the Children's Frolic now would have the Junior Calypso finals taking place at the Children's Carnival Frolic. So that is the changes that we would have made.
Thank you very much. I want a clap for that one. Thank you very much. So we hope that it's going to continue like that, and build back the thing, man. Build back the business. Now, in other news, the High Court in Grenada is to issue judgment on Friday in the matter pertaining to the Integrity Commission's MNIB investigation. Now, when it came up for hearing early this month, the attorney at law, Carrington Hood, representing the former MNIB CEO in the matter, having failed to provide documents at a stated deadline, was ordered to provide written submissions for the court's consideration. Now, the former MNIB CEO has challenged the legality of the Integrity Commission to launch an investigation into the MNIB over a 6-year period, 2012 to 2018. Now, in the matter before the court, the Integrity Commission is being represented by Douglas Menz of Trinidad and Tobago and Grenadian attorney Ruggles Ferguson. Justice Godfrey Smith is expected on Friday to rule on the matter. We have a few things to tell you about. When we come back, we're going to tell you about 3 karaoke men who are on drug charges and more. So what we are going to do right now, folks, is take a break and return shortly.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
This is the big one as Exterminator Movements, together with Young Guns Family, presents Job in the Club. Job in the Club. Saturday, 29 June. Inside Caribbean American Barn Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue. And featuring live SXZ. Young Image. And Doorbell.
Take walk in your front, gal. Take walk in your front, gal.
Admission only $20. Free food included. It's Job in the Club. No old boy. You get accessories on entry. And your DJ shelling it down. DJ One Drop, Young Gun, Exterminator Sound, Soul Vibes Radio, Mix Master, and the Drummers. So remember, Saturday 29 June, Caribbean American Barn Lawn. Job in the Club. Sponsored by Alouette Beauty Salon, Phenomenal Barbershop, Smart Cuts Barbershop, and On Wine Juice Bar. Be there.
Got to move like Jack Jack.
The Courts Home event is finally here. Now is the time to get all you need for your home. Create your sweet retreat with our bedroom ranges. Level up the family room with high-definition TVs, entertainment systems, comfy sofas or sectionals. Enjoy more home dining with a new set. Getting into home fitness? We've got that too. And find something shiny and new for your kitchen. All at the Courts Home event, where we have it all.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Before we go on, we want to let you know that you can make easy money this carnival by renting a bedroom or an apartment to visitors, and that's in the home accommodation program. Now, to register your bedroom or apartment, you can call a message now, 405-8874 or 415-3811 to get in. You must hurry. People are booking now and time is running out. Earlier, now drugs, and 3 men are in trouble, and that is according to police. Okay, let me see if I could get a picture for you, boy. Yeah, boy, look it. You know what I mean? 3 Carriacou residents will appear at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Thursday, 27th June. That's tomorrow, having been jointly charged in connection with the seizure of 90 pounds of cannabis. Godwin Modeste, 50 years, taxi driver of Mount Royal. Godfrey Charles, 45 years, machine operator. And Ryan Hayes, 35 years, supervisor, both of Hermitage, were jointly charged with trafficking in a controlled drug and conspiracy to trafficking in a controlled drug. The illegal substance was confiscated on board one of the motor vessels plying the Grenada to Carriacou route on Monday 17 June 2019, shortly after its arrival at the Carenage, St. George. What else do we have to tell you? We have time is running out, so what we have for you right now, we will give you the hot list. And don't come and ask me nothing about breaking internet. Me taking part in that one tonight. Nah, tonight is a serious night. We ain't talking about that tonight. Alright, so in the hot list, we asked for persons to call 420-8226. That number again, 420-8226. And if you know them and you hear their name, ask them to give that number a call. Not us, but give that number a call. Atiba Bartholomew of Tivoli or Carrier, St. Andrew. Sherland, Ambrose, Hillsview, Guelph, St. John. Stafford Charles, Brizan, St. George. Augustus Maitland, Buseju, St. George. KCS Tron, and that's from Westerhall, St. David. Byron Frank, Vendome, St. George. Glenn Kanai, Post Royal, St. Andrew. Errol McEwen, and Carrier, St. Andrew. Mondell, Jeremiah, Marian, Alicia Joseph, River Road, St. George. Kareem St. Louis, Laborie, St. George. Sherilyn Johnson, Mardi Gras, St. George. Suzanne Samuel Andrew, Caruth, St. Andrew. Omega Antoine Marley, St. David. Mondelise, St. George. Shakira Maxween, Frequente, St. George. Sheldon James, Lamode, St. George. Tillett Maxween, Woodlands, St. George. Damia Gilliam, Snug Corner, St. George, and Kim Edwards, Ravine, St. George. Again, you guys are asked to please call 420-8226. What we have for you next, folks, is the National Report.
Citizenship by Investment program highlighted yet again, this time for its contribution to construction of the Kiwana Bay Resort in Montrouge. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, June 26th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. The developers of the $88 million Kiwana Bay Resort in the south of the island have hailed Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program for its contribution towards making construction of the hotel a reality. The hotel is scheduled to be opened in December 2020, a date chosen to factor in expansion of the project from that which was originally planned. When the project was first announced in January 2017, it was envisaged that 29 rooms will be renovated and 72 new rooms plus 45 suites will be constructed. But the project has evolved into a larger undertaking, the renovation of 21 rooms, construction of 160 rooms and 39 suites.
I'd like to commend the government for their leadership with the CBI program, and without question they've developed Grenada's CBI program into the leading one in the entire Caribbean, which has really been the mechanism that's enabled a tremendous amount of funding. The project is well capitalized, and that's evidenced by the fact that we are one of only 2 projects been approved to sell at the $220 price point. The project is very far along in the construction. We've spent a tremendous amount of money just designing it, working with the brands, bringing this project to fruition. As you'll see in the media kits, the project is being upsized from what it was originally conceived. When the market studies were done, it felt that Grenada, there's such a shortage that a hotel could be created of this magnitude.
That's Project Principal Warren Newfield. Direct revenue generated for government by the Kimpton Kiwana Bay project to date is in excess of 12 million EC dollars, while direct economic activity generated by the project to date is in excess of 80 million EC dollars. Once all phases are opened, more than 320 jobs will be created, and a further 880 indirect jobs are expected to be created based on the established industry number multiplier in the Caribbean for indirect job creation of 2.75. At peak construction, it is expected that over 250 construction jobs will be created. No date has yet been set for the handing down of the award following a one-week arbitration hearing between the Government of Grenada and WRB and GPP, Grenlec's 50% shareholder, which took place last week in Washington, D.C. The arbitration concerned WRB and GPP's repurchase demand for their Grenlec shares. Minister for Infrastructure Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation, the Honorable Gregory Bowen, attended on behalf of the government and was the main witness, together with Mr. Chester Palmer and Mr. John O'Geist at the hearing. The team was accompanied by Sir Lawrence Joseph, former Attorney General and consultant to the Government of Grenada. Valuation experts from PricewaterhouseCoopers and the Brattle Group also appeared on behalf of the government. The semi-final component of the Junior Calypso competition is being reintroduced for Spice Mass 2019 after being absent for a few years. Culture Minister Senator Nolan Cox says this has become necessary to put a cap on the number of junior calypsonians to enable the organizers to produce a quality event for Children's Carnival Frolic on August 3rd.
For some time in the past, we didn't have any semi-finals for junior calypso, so we're bringing back semi-finals for junior calypso artists, and that is going to take place in Simone, not Progress Park, going forward, commencing from 2019. So on Friday, the 26th, I believe, we're going to have the groovy semis, and then we're going to have soca semis, and then on the Saturday, which is the 27th, we're going to have the junior calypso, and then on Sunday we have the calypso semis. So that weekend will be semi-final events at Progress Park in St. Andrews.
Senator Cox added that the Junior Calypso final will once again take place at the Children's Carnival Frolic. Pan Expressions is another aspect of Spice Mass events that will see a change in 2019. It will be held on July 7th at the Tantine Netball Complex.
We are working together with them to put on a Pan Expression together with Soca. So it's Pan Expression and Soca on July 7th at Carnival City. That will be taking place with all the bands coming out to play their bomb tune, the steel pans, and also we have soca quarterfinals taking place on that same night. So it's going to be a great night, so we expect persons to come out and support.
Also in 2019 and going forward, 2 veteran Calypsonians will be recognized during the Calypso final on Carnival Sunday night. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then started the story here, babe. Crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Continuing the news, the importance of the fishing industry to the growth of Grenada's economy will be highlighted this weekend when fisherfolk on the mainland and the Sister Isles come together for the annual Fisherman's Birthday celebrations. Organizers of Fisherman's Birthday celebrations on the Sister Isles say they want to ensure this year's festival is like none other. The organizing committee has been meeting every weekend to ensure the celebrations surpass expectations. On Saturday, June 29th, Junior MacDonald, Fisheries Officer in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, speaks of plans to stage the celebrations in Carriacou on June 29th and in Petite Martinique the following day.
It is unique that we have the celebration both north and south, and the community of Windward, which is one of our major fishing community, is where the celebration will be held this year. Of course, the celebration begins at 7:30 in the AM with the blessing. The minister also make her presentation and declare the celebration open. And this year we want to award 3 senior fishers for their outstanding contribution to the fishing sector. In the community of Petite Martinique, on Sunday the 30th, their celebration will be held. Of course, the same format is used in Petite Martinique, in which the celebration is handled by the fishers in Madame Pierre 1 year, and where we call down the road the following year. So this year the celebration will be held down the road in Petite Martinique, and it will be held on Sunday the 30th, so that the fishers from Petite Martinique can come and join the fishers in Carriacou to ensure the celebration is successful.
The Special Victims Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force has partnered with the Ministry of Social Development and Republic Bank to highlight the need for more to be done to stamp out domestic violence. The message took the form of a domestic violence march on Sunday under the theme Walk in My Shoes, with 1,070 reported cases in 2018, of which 689 were committed by males and 381 by females. The Special Victims Unit used the initiative as an opportunity to raise awareness. Assistant Commissioner of Police Chessman Prince says the RGPF will ensure the issue is not swept under the rug.
This initiative is both reactive and proactive at the same time. And this is so because it speaks to the support of the Royal Grenada Police Force strategic objective of a safer community. When we say reactive because the effects of domestic violence has affected us tremendously as a nation. It is happening and we cannot doubt it, we cannot deny it, we have to address it. So what you're doing this evening is also reactive, but it's also proactive, because we are letting the perpetrators know that we are united against the scourge of domestic violence that is happening within our communities. This is an opportunity for us to let the world know, to let our voices be heard and our presence be felt. Let us speak loudly. Let us speak with the same voice. Enough is enough. Down with domestic violence. Down with sexual offenses, down with offenses against women and children.
The walk began at the National Stadium car park and ended at the Montrouge playing field. Officer in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department, Superintendent Earl Dunbar, encouraged victims to speak out.
The leading cause of injury to women is domestic violence. Domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women. And it continues to strive in silence and in the darkest corner of our society. However, sadly to say that oftentimes this domestic violence or gender-based violence usually happen within the homes and families. And you know for a fact that the homes is one where one should feel safe and secure. As a result of this occurrence, we have underreporting. Persons are afraid to report due to the fact of fear, empathy, love, embarrassment, among others. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we must take a stand. We must fight. We must speak out. We cannot allow domestic violence to continue. We must say enough is enough. And therefore, I would want all and sundry to speak out. Let us support the programs to fight domestic violence.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Right, so we're back. Thank you, everybody who's part of the production of the National Report. And what we have for you right now is the weather. Okay, and the weather, as submitted by the Met Office, is expected to be partly cloudy with a medium chance of some light isolated showers tonight. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open waters. Tides are low and will be high at 10:30 p.m. And that is your weather report for tonight. If you could get some rain, that will be good. I want to big up some people on the program: Rolanda, Irma, Kireen, Esther, Neki, Shireen, Noreen, Trevelin, Zaka, Ala. Who else we have with us? Cynthia as well. Ketura, Shumshum, Camille, Khadija, Suzette, and everyone else, man, who's part of the Mikey Life family. We want to say thank you very much for being with us tonight, and we look forward to a very interesting program for you guys. Yes, Wendy, and I see you. And Wendy, I see you as well. I hope you're enjoying your time. Mishi and Lisa is there, and Rose is there, my sister and my mom. Everyone, I want to say thank you for viewing, and we'll be back tomorrow at the same time with another program for you right here on Mikey Live. God bless you and your family. We touch base. We see you another time. All right, guys, and forgive me for tonight. We'll make it up tomorrow. Goodbye.